Somewhere around 4:15, received a call for a fire at 8 Girard Avenue. Companies on arrival had heavy fire conditions. A number of residents had self-evacuated upon the arrival of the fire department. We went in, continued to make a search, escalated up to a third alarm at about 4:15, and building sustained considerable damage. A couple of firefighters were transported with injuries. A couple of residents from the building have been transported with injuries. One, to the best of my knowledge, was flown out to Boston due to injuries, and we're continuing to investigate at this point. Firefighter injuries were a ceiling came down on the second floor, and they did some maybe back and leg injuries, and the people from the house, I believe, were all smoke, and one person may have suffered a back injury also. Multi-unit, yes. We believe there are 3 units in the building.
Okay.
Were they all legal apartments, do you think?
I have no idea at this point in time.
Smoke alarms?
I didn't hear any when I was here, but the electrical system was pretty well damaged at that point. Yes, state fire marshal, as well as the city fire marshal's office.
Does it appear suspicious, or is it too early?
We haven't made any determinations on that yet.
Well, about 3:45 this morning, we heard, one of the kids that lived next door run out of the house. They were running up the street calling for help.
Did you hear smoke alarms or anything like that?
Barely.
Barely you heard them?
Barely heard them. There's only one working in the basement in our unit. The one in the dining room was not functional.
So which side do you live on, and what of that side?
The part that's charred, we lived in the bottom unit right here. That was one unit, and then half of that little porch where the second door frame is,
yep.
That was our porch that led into our kitchen.
Okay.
And then we had the entire bottom floor of the main house.
All right.
The entire top floor of the main house was a separate unit. They had a porch here in the front, and then the stuff that's just down to timber and one more little porch opening, that was kind of like a townhouse. That was unit 8.
All right. So there were 3 in there.
Yep.
Were they all full of people?
No.
All
Top unit was vacant. There was just the 2 of us and 2 cats living downstairs, and then there were 5, possibly 6 people living in a unit that was less than 800 square feet. And our unit was the only unit that had 2 ways out. The top unit would have only been able to use that front door if there were anybody living up there, and the end unit only had the front door that was connected to the porch, so we have no idea how they got outside.